Hello, Facebook friends and family. Greetings from Hello, Black Man. I'm Jacqueline Mcgrew, the sister of Jamie Jenkins, who is the founder of Hello, Black Man. I am also a certified mental health therapist licensed by the Mississippi Department of Mental Health, and I am a licensed master social worker by way of the University of Alabama. My topic for today is suicide awareness. So we are going to jump right in and talk about suicide awareness. Let's face it, life does get challenging. People get overwhelmed, people get overloaded, and people get stressed beyond measure at times. We know that suicide is a topic of relevance because we have seen a couple cases of it. We saw that the former Miss USA completed suicide, and we saw that a 15-year-old female student from the Jackson School District, the Jackson, Mississippi School District, recently completed suicide. In addition to that, the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and the National Institute of Mental Health have identified that 48,000 people lost their lives to suicide in the year of 2019 alone. So I want to shed a light on this troubling topic. If you hear someone making comments such as, "I don't want to live anymore. Life is not worth it. I feel worthless." Comments like this are very, very serious. Also, if you see someone behaving in such a way that seems very concerning, such as giving away their prized possessions or giving away personal belongings, collecting pills, buying a weapon all of a sudden, saying goodbye to their family and friends, being very fascinated with death. These suicidal behaviors and those suicidal thoughts, they indicate something very serious, and intervention needs to happen immediately. So, the way that we intervene is we ask the person, do you have a plan on how you would take yourself out? If the answer is yes, they have a plan, then this indicates a psychiatric emergency, and we will either call 911 or we will drive the individual to the nearest emergency room. Once we arrive at the emergency room, there will be staff who will contact a crisis intervention specialist, and that person will do a full assessment and determine what needs to happen. The individual may need a psychiatric hospitalization, or they may need 24-hour monitoring, or they maybe need some type of other services. Either way, you have intervened adequately and gotten the person the help they need. Now, in addition to a psychiatric emergency, we also want to be aware of other warning signs that may indicate that trouble is brewing. And things you want to look for or be aware of is a person maybe increasing their alcohol or drug intake. They may be trying to numb some emotional pain. If someone is withdrawing from their friends, their family, and their community, staying in the house or in bed for days on end, that's concerning. Also, people acting impulsively, and maybe doing some self-harming behaviors. That's concerning as well. And you also want to be aware of someone having dramatic mood swings. They are very high and then they are very low. So that's an indication that they are headed to trouble. So the way that you will intervene in situations that you are concerned about is, number one, talk to the person, let the person know that you are concerned, and do not argue or talk about whether suicide is right or wrong. Don't raise your voice. Maintain a supportive stance and let the person know you're concerned and you want to help out. So anytime you are concerned, you want to call the suicide crisis hotline. If you don't know any, if you're not sure what to do, if you're not sure how to intervene, you can always call the suicide hotline. That number is 1-800-273-TALK, 1-800-273-8255. There are trained professionals that will help you navigate the next step. Do not worry if you have made the wrong call or if it's not serious enough. Do not worry about it. They will be glad that you called and they will be glad to assist you in taking care of the person or yourself. So now that we've talked about those warning signs, we want to identify risk factors. Risk factors will tell us who is at an increased risk for suicidality. And also, risk factors will let us know that we need to put in protective factors. So, people who are at an increased risk for suicidality would be someone who has recently completed some type of mental health treatment. They may now have enough energy to actually go through with it. So you want to be aware of that. People who have had previous suicide attempts, people with a family history of suicidality, people with a history of childhood trauma, because childhood trauma follows into adulthood, and people with chronic mental health illnesses. These are all people who are at risk for suicidality. So you would put, again, those same protective factors in place, helping that person understand that you're concerned, and also taking them to a local mental health center to get some resources, and also keeping in mind that crisis hotline number. So do not hesitate to use that number. So I want to give an additional resource for people who may be in my local area, Hazelhurst, Mississippi. And that resource is the Region 8 Mental Health Center. And they are located at 1019 Carroll Drive, Hazelhurst, Mississippi. That number is area code 601-894-2018. They will provide you with information and resources on how to stay on top of your mental health and improve your mental well-being. With that being said, always remember that there is hope and there is help in a psychiatric crisis. Thank you for tuning in to Hello Black Man for our mental health moment. We will bring more mental health moments in the future. So I want to encourage you, stay safe, take care, and remember that your mental health is just as important as your physical health and your physical appearance. Thank you.